Durante o Case 2015, o Startupi conversou com Jason Lucash, fundador da Urigáudio, e Andrea Barrica, da 500 Startups. Eles falaram sobre investimento, características de um empreendedor de sucesso e a presença das mulheres no ecossistema empreendedor.
The main factor an entrepreneur must have is creativity, the will to, take risks and live outside the realm, I think, and an entrepreneur just needs to be creative in order to survive and do very, very well. Yeah, so I was on the show Shark Tank, which was very scary, but we did pretty well. My advice for an entrepreneur that's going into pitch to a venture capitalist or an angel, do your homework on who you're presenting to. It's very important to do your research on the sharks, and also have as many questions and answers prepared in your mind so you can answer all those questions right away. And just do your homework. Know what you're doing before you walk in there. Don't half-ass it, do a good job, and you'll do well. Yeah, I think a lot of people start businesses in the Silicon Valley because there's just the accessibility to venture capital, I think. But there's crazy startup communities like in Austin, Texas, Portland, Seattle that aren't just in the Bay Area. A lot of people think everyone in the Bay Area has a business, which isn't true. I think in Brazil, it's interesting to hear all the perspectives and all the people that are starting companies down here and getting funding, and there's all kinds of different seed funds and stuff that's you don't hear about from the USA. So a lot of people, I think, from outside of the USA think everyone starts a business in America, which isn't the case. A lot of people work for large corporations. There's very few percentage of the population which have actually started a business or been an entrepreneur. It's a very misconception thing, I think. The experience at Case was awesome. It was cool to be on stage and hear from the crowd that they were really interested to hear what I say. A lot, especially being a product person, a lot of people are e-commerce or like web-based businesses here, but I'm an actual like product person, so I didn't know what people were going to expect from it, but just the tweets and the messages I've got on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook since being here was awesome. So the Case event was unbelievable and beyond my expectations.
So, like in Silicon Valley, sometimes when I go to startup events in Brazil, there aren't very many women, but I see that changing. One of my favorite and most talented founders that I worked with at 500 Startups was Amelia Chagas, a co-founder and CEO of Content Tools. So I think there's definitely some amazing women in the Brazilian ecosystem. It's just a matter of getting them in tech, keeping them in tech, and encouraging them to start companies. I think it's the improvement of the culture, and in terms of the events, I think event organizers can make sure that panels have at least one woman on the panel. I think that it can be really discouraging to always see all male panels. And so I think the culture as a whole, the tech community as a whole, can make an effort to highlight entrepreneurs who are women. I think angel investors need to be making sure that they're taking meetings from women entrepreneurs as well to kind of address that unconscious bias that they may have, because the lack of representation in the entrepreneurial community is also followed by the lack of representation in the investor community. So I think having more women investing will help make the female entrepreneurs also more successful. My advice for new entrepreneurs is to focus on the problem and forget everything else. Forget the noise, don't think about PR, stop thinking about, success or failure. Just really focus on the problem that you're solving and who you're really solving it for. And if you focus there, then I think that's where entrepreneurs can really be successful. I love Case so far. I had the warmest welcome by the staff, and they've taken such great care of me. So far, I've talked to a few attendees, and they're just awesome. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I can't wait for the rest of the conference.